March the 31st, the battle which erupted between police and anti-poll tax demonstrators shocked the country. 6 months later, the scars are only just beginning to heal. Some believe their lives will never be the same again. Many police officers who were caught up in the violence say they've never been the victims of such aggression from the public.
We were their target, and I just felt that someone is going to die here today. They want blood, and some pieces were, I saw them getting an absolute hammering on the street.
Others who were there to stage a peaceful protest against the poll tax say they're left with a mistrust of the police that will never leave them.
A very surprising level of aggression from the police. I saw a woman being hit with a truncheon that you wouldn't expect on a peaceful demonstration against something like the poll tax.
86 members of the public were injured. More than 330 police officers were taken to hospital. Today, 5 remain on sick leave. Others are back on duty but still suffering from stress. Officers who've particularly come under fire are those who were trapped in police vans during the violence. They're accused of trying to drive at the crowd, but 6 months after the incident, those officers still believe they're lucky to be alive.
To actually see a crowd rush at 3 carriers and to blatantly be kicking the carriers, ripping the screen off, throwing boulders. I had a huge boulder hit the screen, and that was when I knew really how serious it was getting, that this crowd were out to kill. They were just after our blood.
I can see the people being attacked on the street who are trying to stop the others from attacking us, and I can hear the screams from my crew, get us out of here.
You keep having flashbacks to that day. So I don't think that people realise that we might be police officers, but we're people in the first instance, and that we do have feelings and emotions and fear.
An internal police inquiry into the way the poll tax demonstration was handled is now almost complete. Police received 47 complaints, some against individual officers, others complaints about tactics such as the use of police horses. 8 of those are now being investigated by the Police Complaints Authority. But many people who were on the demonstration believe most members of the public were too intimidated to lodge a complaint.
The whole effect of the demonstration, the scenes on the television and the subsequent activities of the police maybe were aimed to frighten people against protesting against the poll tax.
Some believe a public inquiry is the only way to ensure justice is done.
The ordinary Bobby on the beat was caught in a situation that he didn't know what was happening either, and I felt great sympathy for them because we'd been actually having a good relationship with them on the march all the way along the line. And I think that they were just carrying out orders without, which is their job, not to question them. And they got caught in a situation which their commanders, I think, ought to be made to answer questions at a public inquiry.
Operation Carnaby, the biggest post-riot investigation ever carried out by the police, is now coming to an end. In all, 444 people have been charged with public order and riot offences. A 2-year prison sentence has so far been the stiffest penalty imposed by the courts. But many are still waiting for their cases to be heard, and some believe the operation has been nothing but a witch hunt. But the officer in charge of the investigation believes it's restored public confidence.
I think it demonstrates that people can't come into the centre of London, cause mayhem and just fade away. I think a great deal has been learnt about the way we pursue these people, and we're still learning a great deal about the presentation of the kind of evidence that we amass, the video and the films.
The final report on Operation Carnaby and the report from the police internal inquiry will be with the Commissioner within the next few weeks. Sharon Doughty, Thames News.